This is Tracy Harrell, and I am here interviewing 4 amazing youth. And I'm going to start to the left with the dude, handsome dude in the red cap. Tell us who you are as loud as you can. What's your age? What school do you go to? And what do you like best about your school experience right now?
My name is Deshmar Moore, 15. What I like best is that out of school year, I'll say it's not really that. It's like the same. It's like a new freshman year. This freshman year, I didn't have a freshman year because COVID. So this is like my freshman year. I'm getting used to the school. Getting used to classes. Classes are really easy. Got my credits up and just, it's really going good. Teachers are more leeway because COVID and pandemic, and sometimes people can't just get all the homework done and stuff like that. So that's what I would say I like best about the school year.
So flexibility?
Yeah, flexibility.
Yeah. Okay. Handsome dude, what's your name?
Chance.
Chance. Okay. Talk a little bit louder. Take that thing out of your mouth, please. Thank you.
I'm 15. The thing I like about school is
Talk louder for me.
the thing I like about school is I have a career center. They help me they're gonna help me after high school. Not after high school, but get through high school. And after high school, so I like that. And yeah.
Okay. Love it. Love it. So what's your name? And your age?
Aiden Iglesias, and
Talk a little bit louder for me.
my name is Aiden Iglesias, and I am 13, and I go to Meeker Middle School.
Okay. What do you like best about your school?
What I like best about my school is how they treat others with respect, how other people treat other people, how they want to be respected, and how the education, like Deshmon said, it has more leniency with students going through COVID, especially for people that have gone through COVID, like family members dying, and having a tough time with it. I think that's probably the best, my main point.
Love it. Love it.
My name is Renee Iglesias. I'm 14. I go to Meeker Middle School. Probably the best part about my school.
Look this way for me and talk a little bit
Probably
louder.
the best part about my school and what makes it so great is because my school is slightly chaotic, but there's a peace to the chaos, and it's nice to resonate with all the people around me, and most of my classes are pretty chill, so it's not too difficult.
Okay. All right, Deshmon, coming back to you guys. Now, I'm part of an organization called the Black Education Strategy Roundtable, and they're really interested in making sure you guys have the opportunities that you need, but they also want to really hear your voices about what's not working. Like if you had to say, what was the worst thing about education and COVID? Flashback. I know most of you guys are adapting now, but if you had to say, what's the worst thing? What would you say, Deshmon?
The worst thing probably is like, I wouldn't say it was about us. I feel bad for the teachers because when the Zoom, and they were going on the Zoom, and they would like tell kids to turn on their camera, they didn't, and stuff like that, and most kids would just join the Zoom and go back to sleep. So now the teacher just talking to nobody, and that's what I feel like it was bad about in COVID. And COVID for students, it was probably like the easiest school year for them. For the teachers, it was probably the worst, I would say.
What are your thoughts? So what was the worst thing about COVID as it relates to your education?
I feel like kids now.
Talk louder for
I
me.
feel like kids now have worst thing.
What were you gonna say? You had a thought in your head. You said you felt like kids will have a what?
I feel like kids they don't learn nothing.
Tell me more.
I feel like during COVID, that was like a big absence. I feel like we needed more education during that time.
You gotta speak louder because what you said is what we think. We gotta hear your voice. So speak a little louder for me.
I feel like that was like a big piece. Going into high school, we have that high school experience of freshmen. I feel like that was a big piece that we really needed.
It was missing. You said now repeat what you said. You said they were taking it too easy on you?
Yeah, it was too easy. Like he said, you can go to sleep if you really wanted to.
And so how did that make you feel? Get over here, Deshmon. Get over here with him real quick. How did that make you feel? I mean, how did it make you feel like I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but I know your mama, so I know she has some high expectations for you. So they had lower expectations. How did that make you feel?
I don't even know how to like explain it. Like, it's just like how like the kids. It was. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, basically, it wasn't like what the kids were given. Like, the school wasn't like, I would say, helping the kids. They weren't like, the kids were just doing whatever they want to do, and the school couldn't do anything about it because they're not at school. They're at home, and so you can't tell them to turn on their cameras or tell them to not go to sleep, because how do you know? You can't. You just can't know, and that's why I just said it was probably the worst year for the teachers, because they just couldn't get anything done. And one of my teachers, all she would do is do one Zoom a week. So, because she didn't want to do Zoom and knew all the kids were just asleep and stuff like that, so she did one Zoom middle of the week, because that's when like kids are most energized. Monday is like a kid's worst day. Go to sleep. Fridays is like the best day for them, so they'll probably be energized, and it's a late start. And that's my opinion. Is what I would say. That's and the lower expectations. I don't even know how to like. It was just like, because my mom, she'll have high expectations. She'll come in the morning and be like, you better be on the Zoom and stuff like that. You better wake up. And then she'll close the door, and I'll go right back to sleep. And then the teachers want to know, because they're like, oh, they didn't tell us to turn on the camera, so I don't even know that. That's just my take on it.
And like I said, I know your family. So expectations are high. Guys, what do you two have to say about this concept of the worst part of COVID for you? What was the worst experience?
I think for me, it was probably teachers were acting like it wasn't that much. It was like, oh, we'll just go back to it. It's like nothing's going to happen after we go back to school. But then after the time and the year that passed of like how inconsistent and how the work wasn't being done, we weren't really learning nothing. It was just they were speaking it and that's it. They're just teaching their lesson, but nobody was learning the lesson. So I think
he's nodding his head over there.
It was just more of a just we're there just to be there because it's school and we have to be there. But in reality, we weren't really even there.
What you got to say? Why you say So it was.
I agree with what he was saying. Like, it's like when he said school, like be there. What was say it again?
That we're there, but in reality, we're not doing that.
That's what I wanted to say. That's the key sentence right there.
Say it louder. What's your take on that?
Is what? Say it again one more time.
We're there, but in reality,
we're not
doing
there.
Nothing.
Exactly. There we go.
There but not there.
We're there, but in reality, we're not there.
Now, I'm laughing only because you guys are so adorable. But clearly, this is serious business, right? So, I mean, what would you guys say if you had to look at the educational system and say, do better? What can we do better? How can we do better?
Like, basically, because all this COVID going around, at this point, Zoom is like, there's no need unless like, a kid wants to have a one-on-one, and that's where the emailing comes in. And that's where you're like, hey teacher, I want to have a one-on-one. Then that's where like you have a way better, like you can see them not face to face, but now you have a one-on-one. You can actually teach the kid the lesson and stuff like that. And if the kids like what I'm trying to say is that's what comes out where in high school, that's where the maturity comes out. So like if you need help, you have to go ask for help. So if you want to have a one-on-one with the teacher, you email her, and then there you go. That's your one-on-one with the teacher. Instead of the teacher wasting her time teaching a class that the class is not even listening. That's something that the teacher could do better. Instead of having Zoom, have one-on-ones.
I also think something else that has to do with it is when one person is doing the work, that person, for everyone else around them, for example, say I'm the only one with my camera on, I'm the only one taking notes, doing the work, but everyone's, sleeping, just there. But I'm doing the work, right? I'm learning, but the entire environment that I'm surrounded with, it's not comfortable because it feels that you're singled out. That's why most of the time classes all cameras are off, everybody's out doing their own stuff instead of learning because they feel pressured that they're the only one there, they're being singled out. But so it makes sense that what Desmond said was like one-on-one, because for me, when I ask my teacher, I don't get this, I don't understand this, and they come and help me, that's when I'll really get it, because then they're not trying to teach everybody the same thing with like having to like dumb it down, make it so that everybody can understand. It's so that they're simply just teaching me that I
Nice.
can understand.
I love it. I love it. Now let me ask you guys. Were you gonna say something else, Desmond?
No.
Take that lollipop out your mouth, little cutie. Thank you very much. So, so, someone mentioned this concept of testing, like these tests that you have to take to get to the next grade or whatever. What's the deal with the testing?
Testing can stay the same. I would say testing can stay the same.
It's pretty much the same. It's still pressure. You still have to study. If you
Yeah.
don't, you still mess it up.
There's nothing you can really change about that. Testing is just that's on the kids. That's not on nobody else but the kids. That's for you to do. If you fail it, that's because of you. Because you didn't study and you didn't do that. And if you pass it, then you pass it. You did what you had to do. You did what you were expected to do.
So, do you feel like the testing is working? That's something that is working?
Keep the same. Yeah,
Nothing changed.
So testing for regular classes or testing for like those grade level moves?
Anything.
Test.
Yeah, any testing they can stay the same because there's nothing you could